Welcome to another coding interview problem breakdown. Today, we are tackling the fraction to recurring decimal problem. This is a classic math-heavy question often asked by top tech companies. Here is the challenge. You are given two integers, a numerator and a denominator. Your task is to return the fraction in string format. If the fractional part repeats indefinitely, you must enclose the repeating part in parentheses. For example, 1 divided by 2 is simply 0.5, but 1 divided by 3 is 0. Repeating 3, which we write as 0. Open parenthesis, 3, close parenthesis. Before we code, let's recall some basic math. Decimals usually fall into two categories. First, terminating decimals, where the division finishes cleanly with a remainder of 0, like 1 divided by 8. Second, recurring or repeating decimals, where the division never ends, like 1 divided by 3. Our code must handle both cases correctly. To solve this, we need to simulate the manual process of long division. At each step, we calculate the digit by multiplying the remainder by 10 and dividing by the denominator. Then, we update the remainder. If we ever see a remainder that we have encountered before, it means we have entered a loop, and the sequence of digits will start repeating. There are some tricky edge cases to watch out for. First, if the numerator is 0, the answer is just 0. Second, the inputs can be negative, so we need to handle the signs separately and work with absolute values. Finally, be very careful with integer overflow. The absolute value of the smallest integer can exceed the limit of a standard integer variable, so we should convert our inputs to long or 64-bit integers before processing. Here is our step-by-step plan. First, determine if the result is negative using an exclusive OR on the signs. Second, convert inputs to long to prevent overflow. Third, append the integer part of the division. If the remainder is 0, we are done. If not, append a decimal point and enter a loop to calculate the fractional digits one by one. The core of this problem is detecting the cycle. We use a HashMap to store every remainder we see, along with the index in the result string where it first occurred. If we calculate a new remainder and find it already exists in our map, we know a cycle has begun. We simply retrieve the index from the map and insert an opening parenthesis at that position. Let's dry run this with 4 divided by 333. We start with a remainder of 4. In step 1, 40 divided by 333 is 0. We store 4 in our map at index 2. In step 2, 400 divided by 333 is 1. We store 40 in the map. In step 3, 67 becomes the remainder. Finally, in step 4, the remainder becomes 4 again. Since 4 is already in our map at index 2, we stop and insert the parenthesis there. Here is the logic structure. We have a while loop that runs as long as the remainder is not 0. Inside, we first check our map. If the remainder exists, we insert the parentheses and break the loop. If not, we store the current remainder and its length into the map, then proceed with the standard division math. Multiply by 10, append the quotient, and update the remainder. For complexity, both time and space are big O of d, where d is the denominator. In the worst case, such as 1 divided by 7, the period of the repeating part can be as long as d-1. This means we might store up to d entries in our map and iterate d times before finding the cycle. To wrap up, remember these key points. Always handle signs and 0 up front. Use long to avoid overflow crashes. The secret weapon here is the HashMap, which lets you remember past states to detect cycles. If you master this pattern, you will be ready for similar problems involving cycle detection.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.